Good morning, ladies. Today is Inspirational Monday, and I just wanted to share something with you all. If it seems like the walls are closing in or that the ground is moving from beneath you, just stand. It's always right before your darkest hour that God blesses you. I can remember when my husband got hurt on the job and he was unable to work. We had 4 children, and I was a stay-at-home mom. I went out and got a job for $10.50 an hour in California. Not enough, but better than having nothing. I worked for months, juggling bills and friends lending a helping hand. I thought it would never end. For every dollar I made, $2 was needed. I was on my way out the door one day to school, contemplating, throwing caution to the wind. We were approaching hunger and homelessness, and I just didn't know what to do. And suddenly I received a phone call. Now, several years earlier, a friend of mine had put me on a waiting list for a union job in Long Beach, California. So the lady asked on the phone, was I still interested in working? Now, my first thought was the last time I had spoke to my friend about the job, it paid $22 an hour. So I said yes immediately. So I headed to work right then and there. I worked several days before I had received a packet outlining the benefits and what all I would receive for the job and even the pay. Well, I had to double take at the pay because it said $40.50 an hour. So just imagine making $10.50, knowing that it's not enough, to instantly making 4 times that almost. But the position was a temporary position. So it may or may not be long term. It may be a day, it may be a week, it may be 6 months. I didn't know, but I didn't care. I worked hard for 4 months at several different locations until finally I was able to narrow down to work in the two locations only. And so if I wasn't working at this location, I was working at the other location, and it was sturdy. So just God favored me. He favored me, and it was at a time when I wasn't faithful to God. I wasn't faithful to my walk with Him, but yet and still He had favor. Favor. So about 4 months in, a permanent position opened up. But I hadn't really worked in that specific area, so I wasn't sure about applying because I really didn't have any experience. But one of the managers encouraged me to apply on the last day of the position being open, and I did. And I was immediately given an interview. And in that interview, I was told that I would be called for a second interview, that there would be a total of 3 interviews if they wanted to keep you. So I left out the interview. Okay, they didn't give me no indication on as to what they were going to do. And meanwhile, that position was ending Friday, but God favored me so that the second company that I had been working for left word that no matter when I became available, I was to report to them. I didn't have to call, I didn't have to ask, I just reported to them. So I had made preparations to report to them that Monday, since this job was ending that Friday. Well, don't make plans. God laughs at our plans. He laughs at them. So that Friday, which was supposed to be my last day with this company, I was given my second interview before lunchtime. And in my second interview, I was told that my third interview would be with the vice president, and it would be based on when he is available to see me, which would probably be sometime the next week. So I left, went back out to work, because they call you, if you're there, they call you while you're working. Went back out to work. Lunchtime came, went to lunch, and I came back in. Now, let me tell you something. One day, about a month before this, I was in another department at the same company, and I was asked to run 3 reports. And I was told that these 3 reports would take me probably half the day, if not the entire day, to run. They were large reports. So a man gave me the information, and I ran the reports, all 3 of them, in about 2 hours. And so I emailed him, because he asked me to email them to him once I was done. And so I did. So he came out to my desk and he told me, I don't think you understood what you were supposed to do, because there's no way you finished these reports in that amount of time. And so I asked him, did you read them? Wasn't trying to be smart or anything, but based on the information I was given, I knew that I had completed the reports the way I was told to. So he turned and he walked away. And a little while later, he came back out and he asked me, show me what you did. And so I showed him. He was shocked. He couldn't believe that not only was the work completed, but it was correctly completed in such a short amount of time. Well, unbeknownst to me, that was the VP. So when they called me into his office for my 3rd interview, he looked at them, he looked back over at me, and he said, what are you waiting for? Hire her on the spot right now. So they did. And so I was instantly hired and instantly made $2 more an hour, which was $42.50. I left that company making $57 an hour. Now, I'm not bragging, because at the time I was hired, I only had a high school diploma. I did not hold any of the degrees that I now hold today. So I had nothing to do with it. It was all God's grace and His mercy and His favor, which I am highly grateful for. So I just want to tell you, ladies, to stay inspired and keep trusting in God.